Hello everyone, absolutely clean window washing coming to you here with a residential ice dam steaming job in Bloomington, Minnesota. We're going to start the video down here on the ground talking a little bit about the machine and why we use gauges on our machine. So here we have a Landa. It is an ice dam steaming machine. It is not a pressure washer. This machine here was designed for ice dam removal and ice dam removal only. It is not a pressure washer. So on our machines, on all of our machines, we run temperature and pressure gauges at all times. And the reason we do this is because we're very much against pressure washers. There's a lot of companies in Minnesota claiming they have steamers when in fact they're running nothing more than a hot water pressure washer. Hot water pressure washers do not produce steam. They are not designed for ice dam removal, and they will cut holes in your roof and they will destroy your roof. There's many horror stories about pressure washers and roofs, and you don't want to be a victim to a pressure washer. So we like to be very informative and upfront with the customers about why steam and not pressure is good for your roof. And really one of the best ways to prove that you have a steamer and not a pressure washer is to run gauges. So I feel personally that if you are running a steamer, why not run gauges on the machine? It's going to eliminate those people doing pressure washing jobs on roofs. Anyone with a pressure washer is not going to openly run gauges on their machine because they know they're not running it right and it's hurting your roof. So we want this to be the new industry standard. All steaming companies, we would like to see gauges on their machines. And what this is going to do, it's going to eliminate those companies out there who are running pressure washers. So we are the first company in Minnesota that's leading the way with this trend. And so I'm going to discuss our gauges here. The big gauge in the front is a temperature gauge. Today we're running right about 250 degrees. Steam is produced at 212 degrees. Very nice, good, gentle steam is produced at 250. We can run this machine all the way up to 325 if we choose to, but there's really no need to run that hot unless it's very, very cold out and we're worried about the ice or the water freezing under our feet on the roof. So the other gauge we have on the machine here is a pressure gauge. So as you can see here, we're running under 300 psi. Looks like about 270. And the pressure gauge can vary a little bit depending on how scaled up the machine is, what diameter of tip we're using, but you never want to see a steamer running over around 300 psi. Pressure washers cannot be turned down generally under 1,000 psi. Very rarely do you ever see a pressure washer that can run at 500 degrees, and if it does, or 500 psi, and if it does run at 500 psi, the temperature is way under 200. The coils inside of a pressure washer are just not designed to produce steam. There's not enough coils. The water flow is too high, and it's just, they're not made for it. So unless you have a very expensive machine like this, designed for ice dam removal, you shouldn't be doing it. So folks, we're going to take you up on the roof here. When we get up on the roof, we're going to discuss the differences between a pressure washer and a steamer, things that you can identify as a homeowner. If someone comes on your job site and they claim that they have a steamer, these are the things that you can look for. You can ask these questions to the company over the phone before they get to your job. So you're knowledgeable when you call a steaming company. There won't be any questions. You'll feel very good about the company that you hired because now you know what to look for, what to ask, and you can eliminate any of those companies out there that are lying to the homeowners and claiming they have steamers when in fact they have a pressure washer. So bear with me one moment here. We're going to take a little venture up onto the roof and I'll show you a little bit about the steaming process and how the steam works to cut through the ice. So basically, once water has been turned into steam, it can no longer cut. I'm sure everyone is familiar with how water can cut through things. They have crazy water jets now that cut through metal, and you know, a pressure washer can easily cut through things such as wood and so forth. And basically that's the same thing that's going to happen up on your roof. You put too much PSI up on your shingles and they're going to get cut. You're going to have holes in your roof and you're not going to be happy. So this roof here was severely blanketed with snow. We moved tons and tons and tons of snow off this roof. They have gutter guards on this home, so it appears that the ice didn't form in the gutters, but it formed a lot on the roof. Improper insulation was a big factor in this home. They had an insurance company come out and an insulation guy, and they've determined their insulation is not good in this home. As you can see, the ice goes quite a ways back up the roof. Over here it goes almost all the way to the top. Over here is where we've actually had the leak on the property, and it appears to be coming in by this PVC vent coming up here. There's to the right of that pipe there's a ridge of ice, which we call an ice dam. We found some water sitting behind it, and we believe that this vent here caused a lot of melting, and it just all froze right down there by the pipe, and it was actually coming in the pipe. So our steaming process is a little bit different than most companies. We steam the roof from the top down, and the reason we do this is because it's more of the process that Mother Nature would put your roof through. If a company just comes and wants to steam off the ice off the edge of your roof, basically what's going to happen is your roof is going to expand very quickly, and it's not going to be good for your shingles. For the interior of your house, such as the sheetrock, could crack, and it's very dangerous to do that. So you want to slowly heat up the roof from the top down. And we're going to just come over here and we're going to look at the gun. This is one of the differences between a pressure washer and a steamer. A steamer is going to have no trigger. He doesn't have to hold his hand on there at all to keep the water / steam coming out of the gun. So if you see someone on your job with a trigger on their gun, you can be assured that it's a pressure washer. The other thing you're going to look for is the tip down here. Our tip is a piece of metal. It's not a plastic colored tip like a pressure washer. Our tip can be placed safely onto the shingles. It will not cut through the roof. It won't do any damage to the roof at all. And what it does is just slowly melts through the ice safely and effectively. Very beautiful process. The roof is very happy right now. It's getting freed from the dreaded ice dams, and this process is very quick. Unlike a pressure washer is going to take a lot more time to do any kind of ice dam removal, and in fact it's going to hurt your roof, and it's not even worth talking anymore about pressure washers because they're very dangerous. So steam cannot cut through your shingles, and basically what we're relying on here is high temperatures and low pressure. The exact opposite of a pressure washer. Pressure washers are high pressure and low temperature machines. Pressure is very bad news on any roof and should never be applied to shingles or any kind of roofing material. I just love watching how the steam just slowly cuts right through the ice. It's so nice, so gentle, so safe. You don't have to worry about any damage to your roof. So if a company comes up on your roof and they have a trigger on their gun or any tip other than a tip that looks like that, it's a pressure washer. There are a couple variations of tips for steamers. This one is the most popular and the most common. It is a pipe basically with a hole inside of it designed to control the flow of steam, so it creates more of a cutting action. And there's also another tip that's called the fan tip, and it's a flat piece of brass usually, and it's more of a fan type of spray. Most companies prefer this tip. It's more user-friendly, a lot easier to control, and it does a lot better job. So there you can see, all done. The roof is nice and ice-free here. We'll probably move over to another section of the roof and we'll start steaming it from the top down here. And the ice on this roof went almost, well, it does go all the way to the top here. So we'll just leave the video rolling here for another minute or so and let you watch So what we're doing now is, like I said it earlier, we're slowly expanding the roof. Very gentle process, very safe, and very effective. If you'd like your ice dam steamed, please give us a call at 612-919-4185. 612-919-4185, or you can also find us on the web at Absolutely Clean Window Washing. Thank you for watching this video, everyone, and I hope you have a beautiful day.